Micah Frankel, Cage Minds, UFC 2025 Fan Expo. And my breath got taken away. I'm like starstruck because I would never expect to see the King of Kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven, here in front of me. Gotta ask, why are you here, sir?
Why not? It's International Fight Week. You know, I just, like I said, I love combat sports, and this is one of the places you gotta be, right? So not only for media, but for the fans, and just combat sports is at an all-time high. So I love it. I love it.
As starstruck and as excited as I got to see you, about 3 minutes later, I saw you get that excited to see Steve Aoki.
Yeah, because Steve and I, we haven't seen each other in a while. So I was like, yo, we were texting like, hey, can we meet? Because he said, like, I'm playing Omnia tonight. I said, oh, I'm busy during the day. Let's see if we can meet. And then randomly we see each other here. So like, yo, bro, it was good. So it's so much fun.
We know that a long time ago, little bit in Glory, you tried to dip your toe into MMA. You're around these festivities. You've had a decade of dominating kickboxing. Could MMA be something that you want to revisit one day?
Who knows? Who knows? No, I love it, man. I love it. So what I'm eyeing at now is doing something different. And I have all these championships. We got all these belts. So I think it's time to, at combat sports, do something new. Like the ultimate challenge. One opponent, 3 fights, 3 disciplines. Kickboxing, boxing, and MMA. How crazy is that? It hasn't been done before.
So go into kind of a hybrid fight against another high-level fighter?
Exactly.
So is that an idea that you already kind of have an opponent in mind for?
Of course. Of course. You know, I think the right person, for example, would be Francis Ngannou. Because he's a stand-up fighter. He loves to trade. He's an MMA fighter. He can box. He can kickbox. So you just need the perfect dance partner. And I think, yeah, he is one of those.
Could you imagine one day that you would have got to a point in your career where there was a decade undefeated in kickboxing, where we overall just undeniably look at you as the heavyweight king at this point?
Nah, it's like such a crazy phenomenon, actually, just to be reigning for such a long time, for over a decade. But I'm not even keeping up with the numbers, you know? For me, it's just like, I want to be a better version of me every time. And now, it's like those belts, it's not what, I'm not chasing the belts. I'm just like, I'm chasing new challenges and things that leave combat sports in the history books.
What has made it possible for us to have seen so many different versions of Rico in the ring? I remember watching you in your early career, and people would discredit the amount of volume you were throwing. We saw an increase in volume, then we saw an increase in power. What has it been that you've been able to recreate your style so many times?
Just stay open to learn and get better. Because every time, watch and analyze your fights and the person you are and the things that you're focusing on, and just look at it like, hey, there's still room for improvement. Every time there's still room for improvement. Keep getting better. Just keep being open to want to get better. So that's how we approach it, and that's how I'm doing it.
If the performance wasn't enough in the win over Vahitab, I think an even bigger moment might have been the speech that you gave to the crowd afterwards.
Yeah, eventually it's always, we're in such a privileged position. So if you have so many people together at a certain moment and you have their attention, leave them with something special.
What would young Rico Verhoeven, just getting into the sport, think if he was told one day his loftiest goals would be reached?
Wow, yeah, like goosebumps, because it's just like, it's so hard to imagine stuff like that. Of course, you dream of certain things in life, but finally, eventually getting to that point in time and a point in life is, yeah, it's so remarkable, it's so special, and we just embrace it. Embrace it and be thankful for it. We worked so hard for it, and we're still working hard. So to maintain it.
Confidence is paramount in success. At what point in your journey did you realize that you're as good as you believe you could be?
I think that moment came when I asked myself the question, why am I doing this? So many fights I didn't really enjoy because there was, for whatever reason, I got influenced by the audience, the TV, the pressure of people expecting certain things of me. And then at a certain moment, looking in the mirror like, why are you doing this? And answering that question is because you like to do it. Not because all these people like to see you. No, you like to do it. I like to do it. I do it for me. I'm having fun while doing it. So people can have all their opinions about it, but I have to enjoy myself because that's what I'm responsible for. I'm responsible for me. So, and ever since, it's just like skyrocketing.
Rico Verhoeven gets to take a day off. What's his favorite hobby besides being in the gym, besides fighting?
Spending time with the family. Spending time with the family, friends, and just relax. Wind down and just have all the people that you love around you and having fun. And fun can be so many things. It can just be playing a game at the kitchen table or being on a boat, on a lake, just relax in the sun. Yeah, just like I said, being around good energy. That's what I enjoy the most.
Rico Verhoeven, thank you so much for the time, sir.
Thank you so much for having me, man. Appreciate it.